Russia. My name is Susan Durgam, and I've come as a journalist to represent Beloved Syria, a magazine in Melbourne, to particularly interview Syrian women to get their perspective of recent events in Syria. So I'm very, very pleased to meet you. Could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, of course. Nice to meet you too. Um, I'm a translator, a journalist, and a writer. Recently, I worked as a writer, scenarist actually, of short movies. I worked here in Sana since 2009 as a translator from Arabic into English, and then in the meantime, I also write critiques for the Arabic for Syrian drama, which is famous. Actually, this is not part of my job, but I like to do that because I love it. My background, my uh, background is English literature, so this is the reason I'm interested so much in arts and literature in general. So I do that from time to time, cover cultural events, and do that for my own, and sometimes I publish it in Sana, the Arabic website. During the job in the English department, we faced hard times during the war, because we came to work under difficult circumstances, and we had to do the job precisely, and it have to be in time. When I look back to that period, I think it's how did I really do that? It's very hard, and it was tough time actually. So I can say that working in different periods, like before the war and during the war, and maybe now it is after, or the post-war era, if we say it in terms of the direct war, not the different types of war that we are now being engaged in, like the economic war and the political war. If I talk about the actual war, the military war, I can say that I was exposed to different types of tasks. Before the war, so many different relationships with other countries, agreements, and this sort of work, and everything has changed. In 2011, when the war started, the type of journalism and writing, the articles we do changed very much. We had to work to work or deal with the facts that going on reality, and to be in time, to cover the urgent news all the time.
So people had high expectations of you, didn't they? Syrian people had high expectations of you.
Yes.
They were looking for accuracy and up-to-date affairs.
Of course, we had to do two things at the same parallel. To be up to date and to be accurate at the same time, of course, because we are a state-run news agency. We have to give the right information to people,
so people could trust you.
Yes, of course. Not. We don't need to be so fast, or in a rush without being accurate. Accuracy in this case is more important than being in the right time. Yeah, because everyone's gonna check the website and go for Sana, the news agency, the Syrian Arabic news agency, to know the real thing, what is really going on. So that is one of the problems that we face. So many people say, hello, we heard something, like, what is it? Oh, we cannot just rush and say it is so and so. We have to to make sure what it is, and even if it is not so fast. So this is part of the things that I did. But in the meantime, I also studied. I had a master's degree in audiovisual translation from 2011 until 2013.
So you were studying at that time.
Yeah, I had to do something, not just to stay in my place and watch. It is a war, we are facing. I cannot just go to my work every day and that's it. I have to do something forward, because if I stop in my place, I think it is a metaphorical death. I think I should do something forward to get out from this situation of war. I cannot just give up. So I did that in that years, like 7 years ago. And then I did something else, because as I said, I love literature and art. I studied a diploma in film studies. So it was in 2017 until 2018. And then I made a short movie. It is in a way or another related to the war, the life. It's not directly, actually. It is the impact of war on people who stayed in Syria and their families who are who immigrated or who refuged wherever, who are actually outside. Yeah. So the relationships between people inside and outside, people how people live here in all the difficult situations, the shortcuts or the shortage of electricity, oil, and the means of heat in winter and things like that.
Can I see that movie? Is there any way of seeing it?
Yeah, of course. I will pass it to you. Unfortunately, the laptop was with me, but I left it with the engineer who is fixing something. I'm actually traveling to Sao Paulo on next month, actually. So there are some things to do before I travel, so I left it. The movie is inside of it. Actually, I can pass it to you. Not today, maybe we will.
Yeah, we'll stay in contact. I'll give you my contact details.
Of course, I will. Yeah, of course. We will take each other's.
Can we just stop for a second?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll get control of the camera.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.